Boom. Welcome back. Week 4. Look at this. We're halfway through. This is like amazing, and hope you're enjoying the series as we kind of walk this through and deep dive in really into the first verse of this Psalm 23. And I'm going to read this again because where we dive into it right now is Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want or shall lack nothing. He makes me or arranges it so I can lie down and get rest. And then he leads me beside, some translations say quiet waters, but I love our city, so I like to say by still water. And listen, God led us all to still water. Isn't that awesome? The Good Shepherd led us to the promised land of still water. So we are led here. It actually was a verse somebody spoke to us before God called us to plant a church here. So it makes complete sense to us. But it's interesting as it uses the word quiet waters or still waters, because most of us have been to maybe a river that's flowing or some kind of heavy flowage of some river, whatever, but you also been to a calm lake. Just calm, just perfect scenery, calm. There's reflection in it. The job every day of a shepherd in this time in Scripture, and even now over in the Middle East and different things in different areas, is honestly the daily process is to find water. Like you live in desert areas, trying to find water is hard. If you live someplace else trying to find, this is the daily work of a shepherd, trying to find water. What do you think? What's the big deal? The big deal is you can find water, but if it's actually flowing and active and almost like a rapids, or even if it's not even that strong but flowing, sheep are not smart. Like they're really not smart animals. And so a sheep will not notice the speed of the water. And so what begins to happen is they begin to go for water. It would literally put their head down. A lot of times without the shepherd being there, they would begin to be swept away by the water. And that's not good. Having cotton flow in water, of course the shepherd uses his hook and rod and staff to pull them back. But the shepherd's always trying to make it easier for the sheep to drink. So even if the only place he can find water is in a moving water, he will actually build a dam to create it so there's calmness in the current. This is what a shepherd does. And so they may stay in that area for a little bit, and then he might go downriver and create another dam so the sheep can find this. And so I think this is such an important mentality of the shepherd, because the shepherd is always trying to create ways for us to bring calmness and also to guide us in these areas. And so, you know what's awesome about the Good Shepherd, our shepherd, but also shepherds in general? They're trying to bring calm to chaos. Calm to chaos. Like in the storm, look at Jesus was sleeping and he quieted down the storm. And out of the chaos, he brings calmness to trust in him. So many of our lives that we have storms around us. Sometimes we have storms inside of us. And he's trying to calm the storms around us, and he's trying to calm the storms inside of us. He is a God who's trying to calm the fears and push the fears away. It's interesting, too, he also is the one to bring peace. He is peace, and he says, bring peace. But shepherds also lead their flock to refreshness and fullness. And I want to read this scripture to you. It's found in John 7:37 through 38. It says, let anyone who is thirsty come to me and drink. Whoever believes in me, as scripture has said, rivers of living water will flow within them. Jesus is saying the true source of water, the true source of life is found in me. That there's springs coming up, that the shepherd does the same to you. That the shepherd says, not only do I bring calm out of chaos, but I will bring freshness to your soul. I will bring freshness to you, and I will produce living waters in you. God doesn't lead you to dry places. He leads you to places of nourishment and freshness and fullness. So the question for you is, are you feeling spiritually dry? Are you feeling spiritually dry? Where does God need to refresh? Do you feel like you're in chaos? Where does God need to calm the chaos in your life? You can go ahead and be in your group.